Hello Internet, it is John Bunday, and if I keep making YouTube videos I'm going to have to come up with a proper name for this channel, rather than just having my name. This is a video response to Geordie Slasher Gaming. Thank you for calling me out, bit surprised, but hey, if people want to hear me waffle on, then why not? So, 3 things that I'm looking for the new year. It'll be interesting to see if anyone else picked these, so yeah. First of all, there was last year a Kickstarter for a Game Boy Color game that was developed but unreleased called Infinity. I'm a big fan of JRPG or JRPG inspired games, and this one looks like it should be quite good. The Game Boy is like probably one of my most favourite systems of all time. I've had it ever since I was a young kid and got the iterations through Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, so always looking for new games to play on it, and with the homebrew scene around the system is amazing. And if you don't have a flash card and you have a Game Boy or Game Boy Advance or whatever, then I highly recommend it, because there are so many interesting and brilliant games out there, and I could name a bunch, but do a YouTube search and plenty of videos will come up. Now, this next one might be a bit controversial due to how things have been handled over the last couple of years, but I'm going to keep my fingers firmly crossed because I want to give it a try. And it's a re-release of Paprium, which is the Streets of Rage style cyberpunk kind of beat me up by watermelon. Except people aren't too happy with them because of how much money they've taken in the past and still need to deliver products. But the point of their recent Kickstarter was to get all that out and also allow people like me to buy a copy of the game without having to pay ludicrous money on eBay. So yeah, I fully accepted that if I don't get it, that I flush the money down the toilet, but it's, if I get it, then it's a lot cheaper than eBay. So, and also getting Peer Solar as well with that. So hopefully, and not a JRPG. So hopefully that will come through this year. I really hope it does. And the third game I'm looking forward to is Bomb Rush Cyberfunk. So if you haven't heard of it, think of Jet Set Radio, but not made by Sega. But whereas Jet Set Radio was skates, this also has like bikes and skateboards and things like that. But from the trailers I've seen so far, it looks great. Love like the aesthetic and the style of Jet Set Radio, and I really wish they would re-release Jet Set Radio Future. That came out on the original Xbox. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to get that game and then figure out how to emulate on my PC, because I don't have all those consoles. Okay, so now pickups from last year. So I haven't done much picking up. Don't have much space to store them. All my Game Boy and Mega Drive games are in a plastic box underneath the TV behind me, and all my GameCube, Wii and PS3 games on the shelf that are next to me, along with a bunch of books and things, so storage is a bit of a premium. But first up is Zelda, A Link Between Worlds for the 3DS. So I've loved Zelda ever since playing Link's Awakening on the original Game Boy back when I was a wee lad, and I haven't played all the games in the series. I mean, I don't have a Wii U or a Switch. I mean, the last mainline entry game would have been Twilight Princess. I never played Skyward Sword or Breath of the Wild. But it'd be good to give this a try. I've heard good things, and it goes back to A Link to the Past world. So next up is a PS3 game. So Ratchet and Clank, A Crack in Time. So when I was in high school, I had a GameCube. Oh well, before that my sister had an N64, but a friend of mine at school had a PS2, and after school I would go around to his house and get to play games, and absolutely loved like the original Ratchet and Clank trilogy, Jak and Daxter, also where I got to play my first proper Final Fantasy game, Final Fantasy X. So even though I've never owned one, I do have a lot of love for that system. And now that I have a PS3, I've been playing through the ones that I couldn't play back then. And then my last game is one which probably the majority of you may never have heard of and was only recently released, and that is Dragonborn, and that is a homebrew game for the Game Boy. So this was originally released, I think, in 2020, but then they did a second run, which then got released last year. And so this is, if you haven't played games like Link's Awakening, then it's similar style to that, but with, I guess, Pokemon style combat. I mean, you can see the screenshots on the back. But yeah, I haven't played this yet because I think I am what Reddit would call patient gamer, or in other words, is just don't have time to play my huge back catalogue of games. But I tend to plug in the GameCube with my Game Boy player and give this a try on a bigger TV. At least that's the plan. So that's my 3 games that I've picked up from last year and things that I'm looking forward to for this year. And there are 2 people I'd like to nominate for to do a video response. Firstly is the chap who kind of led me into this community, because I've been watching YouTube for a long while, but I never realised that there was this retro community that was around, and that is James from Game Zone Birdroom. And then the other person I'd like to nominate is the one who's kind of been pushing me on to start making YouTube videos, and that is the one, the only, Feed Me Chicken, the power! So I fully expect that you both probably have already been nominated, so I'm probably just wasted those, but if not, then yeah, I'd be interested to see what you guys are looking forward to and your 3 best pickups for last year. Okay, and apologies for the cheap Logitech webcam I'm using. Right, see you later. Bye.